Hello, today we want to talk about fear, usually defined as an unpleasant emotion or thought that you have when you are frightened or worried by something dangerous, painful, or bad that is happening or might happen. There are two outcomes of fear, positive or negatives. The positives can usually look like this: being alerted to danger that would help us to avoid unnecessary harm in our lives. Fear of failure, consequences, or losing something important can push us to prepare, act, or improve. Fear can cause us to pause, assess situations we may find ourselves in carefully, and recognize risks we might otherwise overlook. But today, we don't want to focus on the positives. I want to talk a little bit about the negatives because this is where we struggle with the most. Fear is something we all experience. From the young to the old, we can fear failure, rejection, loneliness, worries about money, our future, losing someone we love, or simply not being good enough. The problem is not always feeling fear. The danger comes when fear becomes normalized and accepted. Fear can quietly imprison us if we're not careful. It stops us trying, speaking out, trusting, or just enjoying life. We can become so used to worrying that we think this is just who I am. But fear can steal years away from you. It can rob us of today's happiness because we are constantly worrying about tomorrow. And sometimes the greatest fear is not the fear itself, but the belief that we are the only ones feeling it. Well, the reality is you are not alone. Behind the I am fine, there can be fear, anxiety, loneliness, worry, pain, and so on. We can be ashamed to talk about fear because we think asking for help means we are weak. Well, it doesn't have to be. Talking is not weakness. Asking for help is not failure. Reaching out is an act of courage, something that we should all try. Talk to someone you trust, maybe a family member, a friend, a church leader, a mentor, a teacher, a colleague. If fear is becoming overwhelming, maybe it is time to seek medical help, maybe a counselor, a mental health practitioner, or other organizations that are available in our communities. They're there, you just need to look out for them or ask someone to help you identify where they are. Don't wait until you reach breaking point. That might just be too late. Fear grows when we are isolated. But there is hope when we are connected. You don't have to face everything alone, but instead know that you are surrounded by people around you who can help you overcome that fear that you're facing. I have been watching news recently and talking to people, observing others. Fear is a real issue. Behind many closed doors that we walk past every day, chances are in one of them, someone is living in fear, perhaps under the control of their loved one, but it has become so acceptable to just go along because you're concerned about the consequences, and that should never be the case. So at this point, I would like to take a moment to reflect on your own life and maybe focus on those moments when you have felt afraid, or maybe you are going through that right now. The question I have for you is this: do you have anywhere to turn? Who would you go to? Are you feeling ashamed? And let's be very, very honest here. It doesn't have to be something so great. It can be something so small, but still it's affecting you. It's having an impact on your life. I don't want to take away from the support network you have around you if you do have something or someone already. But I'm hoping that the more we talk about this, the more someone somewhere will feel able to step forward and do something about the fear they're under. No one deserves to go through this at all. This message here is meant to just be another support in your toolbox to help you realize that you're not alone and go out there and get the support you need. So now I want to take a look at a biblical perspective. And for this, I want to look at a well-known character, that is David. We're going to use Psalm 34, verses 4 to 10, to look at David's experience of fear and how he managed to overcome it. David was once very close to King Saul, but because of David's strength, popularity, and the attention that he was receiving, King Saul wasn't very comfortable with him at all. Perhaps so worried that David may become so popular that his throne will be overtaken by him. This led to attempts on David's life. We know that at some point David was married to the king's daughter. That had its own implications on David. The king's jealousy grew stronger, eventually forcing David to flee for his life. With repeated attempts on his life, David became a fugitive, leaving behind a home he'd loved so dearly. 1 Samuel 18, 19 and 20. Rather than return home and endanger his family, David sought refuge in Gath. Gath was a Philistine city, homeland of Israel's enemies, including Goliath, who David had previously defeated. 1 Samuel 21. In Gath, David's reputation went before him. People were talking about him because they knew who he was, a man who had once defeated one of the well-known strong men, Goliath. Again, fearing for his life, when he was recognized by the servants of the king, King Achish, David pretended to be insane, acting out of desperation and fear. 1 Samuel 21. Escaping from Gath, David found shelter in the cave of Elim, where his family and about 400 others came together. These were individuals who had their own struggles, were fearing for their lives, carrying their own load with them. 1 Samuel 22. It was during this time that David rose up to become a leader, encouraging those around him to trust God. Out of his own experience and of fear, deliverance, and God's faithfulness, Psalm chapter 34 was written. This psalm is simply a testimony and an invitation for others to seek and praise the Lord. So let's read Psalm 34 together. I'll be reading from the NIV version. I sought the Lord, and he answered me. This is from verse 4. He delivered me from all my fears. Verse 5. Those who look to him are radiant, their faces are never covered with shame. Verse 6. This poor man called, and the Lord heard him. He saved him out of his troubles. 7. The angel of the Lord encamps around those who fear him, and he delivers them. 8. Taste and see that the Lord is good. Blessed is the one who takes refuge in him. 9. Fear the Lord, you, his holy people, for those who fear him lack nothing. 10. The lions may grow weak and hungry, but those who seek the Lord lack no good thing. Let's take a closer look, verse by verse, and see what this is saying to us. So we start with verse 4. Again, I sought the Lord, and he answered me. After such an up and down life, we see that David's deliverance began when he sought the Lord. He reached out to God in his moment of fear, when he was at the lowest of the low. Now, God may not seem such an obvious choice to you, and he may not remove every problem immediately, But this verse is reminding us that in the same way that David had his help, God meets us in our fears. Verse 5, those who look to him are radiant. The enemy is around us all the time. We can't run away, we can't avoid him. But keeping our eyes on God and not the circumstances that we find ourselves in can change our outlook on life. Where there was hopelessness, we can find hope. Where there was darkness, we can find light. When we're losing confidence, we can have something new, a new energy, a refueling that keeps us going again. Verse 6, this poor man called. Even at your lowest, when nothing is left, God can hear you. For me, this is reminding me that it doesn't matter who you are, what your position in society, in your work, in your family is. God can still hear you. He hears the humble people who know they need him. No one is too broken or too insignificant for God to rescue. So if you're sitting there saying you're not good enough, you're not perfect, you know what? God doesn't care about that. And you don't need to earn his love for him to reach out and protect you. His love is unconditional, and he wants you just the way you are. 7, the angel of the Lord encamps. God surrounds and protects those who trust him, offering them a shelter in time of need. His presence is our greatest security. Leading on rather nicely to verse 8, taste and see that the Lord is good. If you forget everything that I've said, I hope you don't forget this verse here. If you're doubting, if you don't have a faith, if you don't know where to turn, here you have an invitation to come and experience God, his goodness, personally. Knowing him is one thing, but experiencing him is another. In the same way today, when someone tells you, try this food, it's good, you might be that doubting Thomas and say, I'm not so sure about this. Or go to this place and experience this place, you love it. Well, the reality kicks in when you try that food or when you actually go to that place for the first time. Here we're being asked to actually taste and see how good God is. By trusting him, we get to experience his blessings and also his protection. 9, fear the Lord. Those who fear him lack nothing. This is about reverence and awe. It's not about the fear of running away from danger. But to fear God is to honor him, to respect him, to trust him, to obey him. It's reaching out when you know you don't actually deserve to be in his presence, but yet he chooses to have you in his presence. He welcomes you in the way you are. He faithfully provides what we all truly need. And then 10, the lions may grow weak and hungry. This is reminding us that even the strongest will fail. Here we're being given an example of the strongest animal in the wild. But those who depend on God will never miss any good thing he intends for them. Are you the sort of person that thinks you have everything sorted? You have everything that you need? Maybe you have a fuller bank account. You have the best home, best family, therefore you don't need God. Well, this, I believe, is reminding us that despite all those things, God is more than everything that we have or will ever have. All these things we have around us, they're material things, are temporary. They're not meant to last forever. But having God with you, then you have that assurance that it doesn't matter what this world may throw at you. You have the most important thing, and that's the relationship that you have with the eternal God. So seek God first. Trust Him fully. Through this, you'll discover that He is faithful, good, and sufficient in every season. Even when you find yourself going through difficult periods or times in your life, when you are running away from danger, when you're afraid of something so great, God is even greater than that. And He is there for you as His child. So I pray and hope that what I have shared has been of some benefit. And as you enjoy the rest of this summer, may you be enjoying that as a freed person, not under any control of anyone else or living your life in fear. Take care and God bless you. Bye.